I'm always fair, man. Didn't just yesterday there was a particular topic involving Drake. I stuck up for him. Some of y'all are mad that I stuck up for him. I know I had a very, very different take. But why do we wake up to this? You can't chalk everything as business is business. You just can't. There's morals, there's principles, there's optics, there's navigating your career. Drake is a machine. There's a lot of people that make hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, millions, maybe even billions. UMG, for example, money off of Drake is great. Like what he is worth, not just himself, but the amount of money that he makes people around him. That's where logically you say people that can affect his career. And if there's any type of legal based foul play, payola, business wise, you get it. But I'm pretty sure most of us are looking at this like, this just looks like a sore loser. This doesn't look like you're out here just trying to conduct clean business. Yeah, we just saw Kendrick's album drop, critically acclaimed. Everybody's calling it a good to great to classic project. Just dropped a video on it on his way to the Super Bowl halftime show. Drake is coming off of this stupid ass stream. He cut his hair off. I'll leave that there. You know what I'm saying? Cut his hair off. Nah, I'm not going to leave it there. I changed my mind because everybody, optics wise, it's like, what is it? The braids? They're attributing it to fucking Kendrick as if he's having a latter year crisis. This is like he got you cutting your hair. He's got you streaming now. He should have took that shit to Kai Sanat. I don't know the guy that he streamed. That's my first time ever seeing him. But it was a boring ass stream. He's just sitting there staring at the screen, looking at the comments the whole damn live. They're doing magic tricks or number counting tricks and gambling. It was I just cut it off. I was like, this is the most boring shit ever. He announced that he's doing a tour starting the same day as the Super Bowl halftime show. You're not competing with Kendrick there. You're competing with the NFL. During the regular year, you saw the movie Concussion with Will Smith. During the regular year, they own a day of the week. Think about it. Now you want to play with them because it's the Super Bowl. It looks petty. It doesn't look good. Optics. People, this isn't a lawsuit yet, okay? We're saying Drake is suing UMG. We're saying Drake is suing Spotify. We're saying Drake is suing Kendrick. None of that is true. These are accusations at this point. It's an attempt pretty much to get information to see if there is some type of legal-based claim that his company should go after UMG and Spotify for. Drake isn't under UMG. So UMG, if Drake is under that umbrella, I guess they would want, we'll get there. Okay. Drake accuses UMG and Spotify of scheme to artificially inflate Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, the song of the year. The hit of the year. Drake has initiated legal action against UMG and Spotify over allegations that two companies conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. In a filing Monday, November 25th, that was yesterday, in Manhattan Court, Drake's Frozen Moments LLC, his company, accuses UMG of launching an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to pump up Lamar's song, a track that savagely attacked Drake amid the ongoing feud between the two stars. UMG did not rely on chance or even ordinary business practices, attorney for Drake's company wrote. It instead launched a campaign to manipulate and saturate the streaming services and airwaves. Sounds like promotion. But anyway, let's continue. Drake's attorney accuses UMG of violating the Racketeer Influenced and Corruption Organization Act. We know what that acronym translates to, right? The federal RICO statute often used in criminal cases against organized crime. So this is, let me put it big on the screen. This is a RICO accusation. Part of my voice, y'all. I'm sick. I'm supposed to be asleep right now, but I'm here to work with y'all. This is a RICO claim. I didn't know that part. You don't make it easy on your fans, man. I will be tuning into academics today. It's not even funny. Lawsuits and RICO allegations and whatnot. It's not even supposed to be funny. I don't mean to laugh at that, y'all. I don't want no everything I'm saying is allegedly, as a matter of fact. I don't want no lawsuits on me. I do understand that people will sue you when they're losing. I know that happens. So let me put allegedly on everything. The fuck? I wasn't ready to read that piece out. My bad. Okay, let's get back to it. Rico. Oh my God. They also allege deceptive business practices and false advertising under New York state law. The court filings are a remarkable twist in the high profile beef between the two stars, which saw Drake and Lamar exchange stinging diss tracks over a period of months earlier this year. That such a dispute would spill into business litigation seemed almost unthinkable in a world of hip hop. It also presents a stunning rift between Drake and UMG, where the star has spent his entire career. First, through signing a deal with Lil Wayne's Young Money imprint, which was distributed by Republic Records, then signing directly to Republic. Lamar, meanwhile, has also spent his entire career associated with UMG. They're both, yeah, obviously, first through the TDE imprint, which was distributed by Interscope, and more recently through his own company, PG Lang, which he licenses through Interscope. In technical terms, Monday's filing is not a full lawsuit, but a so called pre action petition, a procedure under New York law that aims to secure information before filing a lawsuit. Parties named in such petitions will not necessarily be targeted in the eventual lawsuit, and the allegations in Monday's filing seem more squarely aimed at UMG than Spotify. Let me give you some of my interpretation there. So once again, y'all, I know we're going to see a lot of titles. Drake sues, Drake's lawsuit. And then as we break this down, we just read it. It's not an actual lawsuit yet. It's a pre-action. But I give a kind of parallel to this with actual lawsuits and people that initiate frivolous lawsuits and or lawsuits that don't have full foundation, full basis, full evidence, or they're not even fully sure about it. Instead, what they want to do is they want to bring somebody into court and they want to get to discovery. They want to see what they can get. So if I put a lawsuit on let me pick somebody from the chat. Okay, what up, homie? That used to be a baby oil, I think. What's good, homie? Right? If I put a lawsuit on you, homie, shout out to the members, by the way. If I put a lawsuit on you for always spamming my comment section with bots on my YouTube channel, right? But I don't have any evidence, I don't have any proof, and I put it on YouTube, right? And then during the discovery process, I'm looking for them to give me all their back end algorithms and information that can show me, okay, this person, this particular profile on this day and this day and this day and this time is spamming this channel. Now I got my evidence. Now I'm proceeding with that versus me already having the evidence, the screenshots, the video recordings, all that type of stuff. And then I'm coming with that initial suit, right? This seems similar to me. This is also no different at a criminal level where, let's say, they feel like somebody is breaking the law. They don't have the evidence, right? But they arrest them, they throw them in jail, maybe give them a high bond, a high bail, or something like that. Maybe try to wrap up a couple other people as well. And they're waiting to get some witnesses or some snitches. That's going to become the crux of their case. At the moment, if they have no snitches, if they have no witnesses, if they're not able to collect more information while you have your alleged suspect in custody, if you don't get that, then your shit remains shallow. So it seems like they have a strong belief that there's bots, but they don't have the proof yet. So the pre-action is to go to the New York court and say, hey, we want to figure this out. We want to figure out if you guys really, really did this, Spotify and UMG. All right, that's my interpretation of that. But let's get back to the article here. Oh man. In a statement to Billboard, a UMG spokesperson sharply denied Drake's allegations, the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its own artists. I inserted the word own myself there, y'all. Its own artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. Ugh. So UMG didn't just stand up with a statement to represent themselves. There's a little shot in there. It said, you got a problem with not like us? The fans chose that. Sorry. All right. Spotify declined to comment on allegations when reached out to by Billboard. Drake's attorneys claim that UMG carried out its scheme in a variety of ways, including by charging Spotify vastly reduced licensing rates in exchange for the streamer recommending the song to users who had searched for the unrelated songs and artists. They also claim UMG paid influencers to boost the song on social media and also hired armies of bots to fraudulently spike the numbers. So, that whole piece of vastly reduced licensing rates in exchange for streamer recommending the song streaming, that's got to be almost like what YouTube does, no? So if my video drops right now, there's a bunch of metadata in the algorithm and the performance of my channel that's going to semi or pre-action or pre-promote my video. Also, it's going to notify not all but some of my subscribers as the video continues to gain traction. This is why people always encourage, if you support the channel, if you support the host, if you support the owner, to like, comment, and subscribe, because that continued engagement tells YouTube that people support or people like or people are viewing the video. That's when YouTube starts to promote it more. They start to put it in the suggesting column. Believe it or not, a lot of people's views, especially when your videos go viral, it's because it's being suggested. Right. If I have 5,000 subscribers and my video does a million views, it's because people that don't even know me, don't know my channel, don't follow me, aren't subscribed, that video got put in front of them. Right. So the accusation is that you guys paid to increase that rate. I don't know. Is there any closing pieces of this that we want to get in front of y'all? UMG conspired with a paid currently unknown parties to use bots to artificially inflate the spread of Not Like Us and deceive consumers into believing the song was more popular than it was in reality. Drake's lawyers right. You know what? So the whole bots thing, and we're gonna bring up another video, y'all. Give me a second. The whole bots thing, some people look at that as just being a sore loser. There's other people that say, like, in the industry, payola, bots, all this type of stuff, it's a real thing. I think Joe Budden, who is of the industry, who has industry experience, who also is very intuitive and very smart, I think he overstepped himself a little bit by jumping out there so adamantly during the Kendrick and Drake back and forth, saying, "Oh, y'all don't think that Not Like Us has bots? Y'all didn't know that there's bots? Of course there's bots. That's potentially the way to beat Drake." I think him taking such an adamant position as if it's 100% fact that happened with Not Like Us in particular, I think that's a little irresponsible. Just a little bit. I fuck with Joe. Y'all know I fuck with Joe. I think that's a little irresponsible, but him putting out the experience that is of the true nature, those things do happen within the industry. Yeah, believe that. Believe that. Paying off of streamers and whatnot. I mean, shit, we've seen DJs get paid, and you get paid in different forms. You can get paid in me giving you an interview. You can't really prove that in court. Like, oh, he did that to boost his sales. Like, there's all different types of payments. There's all different types of luxuries. We see the mayor of New York that just got in trouble. Why? Because he's given favor allegedly to people by receiving in return flights and lavish hotels and vacations and whatnot. Right? Pay attention, people. This is really of the world. This is how people network. This is how people rub shoulders. This is how people sign deals. You'll see people trying to sign rappers to their record label. They'll throw all types of stuff at them. Women, cars, a chain, all types of, take them on some party night, maybe a vacation. Oh, by the way, here, sign this. This is the industry. We're not going to act naive, people. But my initial opinion before all this stuff progresses and gets deeper in the weeds legally, my initial opinion is that Not Like Us was a hit. Not Like Us caught on. Not Like Us happened to be what y'all call the bop of the biggest rap battle, numbers wise, social media engagement wise, in hip hop history. What do you think the song was going to do? It was meant to be monumental. Did it get a couple extra views here and there, maybe from some rubbing of shoulders, or maybe a bot here, a bot there? Possibly. But I don't know if I would sue over this or pre-sue. This looks horrible for Drake. This looks like you're losing. And now you're finding ways to try to be the sore loser and insert yourself back into the win column. And some of that is alluded to, actually, a lot of that is alluded to here in this video. Let's pull this up. This is a great video put together. Actually, hold on, let me see who this is from again. Once again, I got to give some accolades here. Who was this by? This is by, hold on, I want to give this guy a shout out. Rapaholics, yeah, I follow him. I subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I should do the same. But this is a very, very good video and breakdown of this lawsuit. Let's check some of this out.
Family and friends, we are living in absolutely insane times. I'm going to break down this entire legal document that Drake's company just drafted against his own record label, Universal Music Group. But if you don't want to sit through this entire explanation, then I'll summarize it like this. Take yourself back to the first days that you entered high school and imagine a bunch of kids who didn't like you all teamed up to bully you. They were bullying you in class, they were bullying you in the playground, and the teachers weren't doing anything about it. In fact, they were even favoring the cool kids in class, maybe because of their good grades, or maybe because they didn't like you too. And you're a really privileged kid. You came from a rich upbringing. You're not like them. And so you went to your rich parents and said, hey, all the teachers, all the students, they're all conspiring against me to bully me, to tear me down. And, you know, I used to be a bully in the past, but I'm not anymore. Now I'm on the receiving end of it and I don't like it.
I'm
There's
not
a conspiracy
anymore.
going on. So let's write a big letter to the school, scaring them, threatening to get lawyers involved. And let's investigate and see who was really in on all this bullying. So yeah, in that case, you are Drake. All of the bullies are Kendrick Lamar, DJ Mustard, the entire West Coast, Metro Boomin, Future, The Weeknd to a certain extent. And the teachers are Spotify and Universal Music Group. And I'm not exaggerating in the slightest bit. This is really what's going on right now between Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Spotify, and his own record label, Universal Music Group. So let's jump into it. Basically, on November 25th, 2024, Frozen Moments LLC, which is a company that's owned by Drake.
Yo, I gotta pause it. No, I'm so sick. That's a double meaning. I'm sick for real. And I'm sick of this comment queen. Yeah. Yo, she said a civil RICO B. Anybody that's joining the live late, we read the actual article detailing on Billboard. And the word RICO is really in this, like federal, but it's a pre-actions to call this that's the new shit, Queen. A civil RICO. Wow.
A petition in New York City court. It's a pre-action petition. It's not a lawsuit. So the key difference is a pre-action petition is a legal request made before filing a lawsuit. Drake's company is basically asking the court to order someone to share information or evidence that may help decide if there's a valid.
Happens in the world, doesn't it?
Valid case for them to sue. It's like gathering proof before going to court. So in this case, this pre-action petition is asking for permission to gather evidence from Universal Music Group and Spotify USA Incorporated before they officially file a lawsuit. The petition is accusing Universal Music Group, aka UMG, and Spotify of unfair practices that allegedly harmed Drake's music career and his company's profits. These allegations focus on how UMG promoted Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us in ways that Frozen Moments, Drake's company, claims were dishonest and manipulative. So let's break down everything that Drake's company Frozen Moments is claiming happened. Number one is they were claiming UMG allegedly took actions to boost Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us song. Frozen Moments says UMG, through its Interscope Records division, aka Kendrick Lamar's label, used various underhanded methods to make Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us appear more popular than it really was. UMG allegedly paid influencers, radio stations, and digital platforms to promote the song without letting the public know that these promotions were paid for. UMG reportedly hired companies that use automated tools like bots to inflate the song's streaming numbers on Spotify and its video views on YouTube. Bots are fake accounts that stream music repeatedly to increase the play counts. The petition also claims that UMG gave Spotify financial incentives, such as discounts on licensing fees, in exchange for giving Kendrick Lamar's song more visibility. For example, the song was supposedly featured in playlists and ads more than other artists' music, including Drake's. Now, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on here because many of the things that Drake's company is accusing UMG of doing to boost the popularity of Kendrick's song Not Like Us, he had done the same thing way back when he first released his album Scorpion, and he even engaged in similar practices throughout this beef. So let me explain. They're allegedly claiming that the song Not Like Us was supposedly featured in playlists and ads more than other artists' music, including Drake's. However, if you go back to when Drake released his album Scorpion in 2018, you would notice that they put Drake's music at the top of basically every single playlist, allegedly. We're going to say allegedly a lot in this video because if Drake is suing Kendrick and UMG and whatever, allegedly, I don't want him coming after me. So everything is alleged here, all right? But when Drake released Scorpion, he was at the top of not only just the rap playlist, but other very random playlists, stuff like playlists called Fresh Gospel, Teardrop, or Soul Coffee. A lot of casual listeners will get most of their music from playlists. They don't go out and hunt for music on their own. So when an artist's song is at the top of every single playlist, it's much easier for random music consumers to just find your music conveniently. And as a result, they might start playing your music without even having the intention of doing so. Spotify's push of Drake's Scorpion album on their playlists led Drake's Scorpion album to become the most streamed album on Spotify in a single week. His song God's Plan off that album broke many Spotify records for being the fastest song to reach 1 billion streams, the fastest song to reach 100 million streams, the song to have the most amount of streams in a single day. Ironically, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record broke a lot of these records that Drake initially held. But even Nicki Minaj, Drake's former Young Money label mate, had accused Spotify of using this tactic with Drake because back then in 2018, she released an album called Queen, and she had said that Spotify was not putting her on many playlists, and she used Drake as an example of someone who was being pushed on every single playlist aggressively, even ones that didn't necessarily suit his genre of music. If Drake's own former label mate was accusing him of allegedly using these tactics, I don't see what reason she would have to lie and try to expose Drake of this malpractice.
What the fuck are we doing? This is crazy. Let me give a little after this stream. I'm probably gonna do cardio as sick as I am. I was about to say I'm getting my ass back in bed. Now I'm getting to it. Fuck it. But let me give a little bit more YouTube backdrop for a second. This is not a YouTube platform that we're discussing, obviously, with UMG and Spotify, but just the way that things work, right? And we spoke about YouTube previously for a second. Let me jump back there. There's a lot of ignorance, and ignorance isn't a bad word. Ignorance is just a lack of knowledge or information. There's a lot of ignorance about how promotion in some of these digital based platforms that have algorithms work. Okay. Now, YouTube is the biggest media or content platform in the world. There's not a staff of people sitting there saying, oh, make this go viral, oh, promote this or do that, or no. If you got billions and billions of videos on YouTube, you build this systematic algorithm and system to understand how content is supposed to move to the end goal, which is the viewership, right? Okay. Now, the way that numbers and the way that these algorithm systemic systems work around these content platforms, whether Spotify streaming or even YouTube video based, right? Even if you look at my channel, it's about 460,000 subscribers, right? It's ignorance to assume that, oh, ARP is now moving into podcasting. So any video that he drops will perform almost like the battles. Number one, about the last 12,000 subscribers that have come to this channel have come off of the podcast only. Okay, not for battles. We're not dropping battles like that. Really, a couple full circles here and there. But and I watch the videos and I watch the subscribers off of them. For example, like my little Dirk, when he initially got arrested, I got like 400 plus subscribers, new subscribers off that one video. Those are all people that never seen this channel before. I just landed in front of them as YouTube was promoting my video because YouTube was putting its algorithm together and realizing it was a good piece of content that fans were enjoying, and they promoted me more, right? Same thing with my Mike Tyson and Jake Paul video. It just that those aren't views from the channel, so to speak, or the subscribers, so to speak. YouTube figured out that it was a good piece of content and they promoted it more, right? Back to my subscribers, about 80%, maybe 85, 90% of the subscribers on this channel subscribed from battle rap, subscribed from Rare Breed Entertainment. Okay. Over the years, I've blogged very entertaining pieces of content. So me transitioning into podcasting, there's some of the old subscription that's still hanging around for that. Like, oh, we appreciate his thoughts. We appreciate his perspectives. We appreciate his experience or his knowledge on things. And now he's just expanding into different type of topics outside of battle rap. So if we enjoyed the way he addressed some of that stuff, we may enjoy how he addresses some of this stuff. That's where I start to get, some of the old subscribers migrating with me. But a bulk of any new subscribers that come to this channel, being that when YouTube promotes your newer content more than your older content, right? Or they at least try to, they're coming from the new Sorry It's True podcast standpoint. They're not coming from the RBE standpoint, the newer subscribers. Okay. So when you talk about Sorry It's True, the channel subscription is really like 12,000 subscribers. It's not 460. That's the way I look at it. So if you have that brick by brick mentality and understanding of how these platforms promote content, especially YouTube, and all the complexities involved in that, when I drop a video, if it does 1,000 views, I'm hype. You want to know why? Because if my true subscription that's from the podcast standpoint over the last, let's say, 11 months, right? if I'm doing almost 10% of my subscribers for a video to be viewed, that's amazing. That's amazing. So when you see some of these big YouTube channels, this is knowledge for y'all. When you see some of these big YouTube channels and they have 1 million plus subscribers, when they drop these videos and you see them doing 50,000 views, 20,000 views, 60, 70,000 views or whatever, you think that that's great viewership, and it really is. But you got to also attribute the percentage based on the subscribers for the amount of or the type of content that they're there for. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm averaging 50,000 views per video, right? And I've been podcasting on this channel this whole time and I have 1 million subscribers, my general subscription viewership is what's pushing these videos. Or my general viewership from the subscribers, I should say, is pushing these videos. Now, every once in a while, you're going to have hotter topics and other YouTube promoting me out to other type of people, other type of fans that might be interested in that particular video as well. And I'll pick up more views. But my average is being carried when you see 20,000 views, 20,000 views, 20,000 views, 50,000 views, all of that. The average is coming from a percentage of your subscribers. You see what I'm saying? So once again, if my last 10 to 12,000 subscribers on this channel are coming from new people that found me from podcasting or people that's converting into the podcast lane with me, right? Percentage wise, the views that I do are actually incredible. And I thank y'all for that. So you'll have like an ignorant person. I won't even call you an idiot. I'll just call you ignorant. They'll be like, yo, ARP's videos or his podcast videos, this one did 3,000 views or 4,000 views or 5,000 views or maybe even 10,000 views. But that can be a number that is of 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, over 100+% of the subscribers that subscribed for the Sorry It's True podcast. So it's actually incredible what you guys are helping me do up here. Okay. Some YouTube game helps some ignorant people that associate subscribers to view count incorrectly based on certain type of channels. The understanding of how you can be promoted by these platforms In Drake's case, he's saying that payola was added or whatever. But closing out with this was this Drake, his company, Frozen LLC, whatever, going at Spotify and UMG. Obviously, have a personal tie to this, which is why I looked in the camera earlier, right? I do think that I don't know all the details of why Drake got to this point, so I want to be open minded, but there does seem to be a possible sucker element to it because conveniently, when these lawsuits come at a time when you're losing, that's what people around the web right now are going to focus on. That's why they're flaming Drake behind this shit. That's why he's getting all this backlash about it. Because Kendrick just dropped this album. It's getting critically acclaimed. It's doing very well. He just dropped a video. He's hot. He's got the Super Bowl. The timing of it looks like you're a sore loser. And we played the video of even Nicki Minaj. They broke down how allegedly, everybody, how Nicki Minaj, went after the same thing when it was Drake's turn to be promoted at a higher clip, allegedly by UMG or Spotify or streaming platforms. So it looks like the sore loser effect. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't start crying when the back-to-back max outs start coming. You know what I'm saying? You don't that's why I said on Twitter years ago, I said I got no sympathy for somebody that steals and then gets robbed. I got no sympathy for them at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's sucker shit that when you go walk into the courts under certain type of circumstances, knowing that it's because of a competitive angle that you're really fighting, you're a sucker. And that's why people are flaming Drake because that's what it looks like, allegedly. It looks like this lawsuit is coming off of your competitive loss of a battle with Kendrick Lamar where you were demolished. And he's struggling to find his way back towards the throne. Drake wants to sit in the throne just like anybody else, right? But it looks like he's struggling to get back there. He does a stream, they kill him. He cuts his hair, they kill him. He puts up a selfie, they kill him. He drops a new song or a new feature, they kill him. He announces his next tour, happens to be the same date as the Super Bowl. Not saying that none of this ain't his fault, they kill him. Kendrick comes out, they kill him. The only person that's standing up and he could do no wrong damn near in front of his academics. He needs to cut academics a check. He needs to give him an interview or something. Academics, from a media standpoint, has done a lot for Drake because this is why you see all these people popping up with the XQC guy like Drake just did. And I never even heard of him before. He might turn me into a new fan. The Kai Cenats of the world, Speeds of the world. Like these streamers are becoming very, very powerful. Fat Joe got a deal, right? Gillian Wallow got their situation. The Joe Budden podcast. These people are getting very, very influential. They're starting to steer the outcome of these artists. When you see Nicki Minaj go off on a certain podcast, matter of fact, look at Cardi B suing Tasha K. You don't do that unless you feel like there can be an effect. Right. That's why I started my little small voice. I'll be up here allegedly, because the media and these streamers are very, very powerful now. Once upon a time, I remember it was the magazines. These rappers would lose their fucking minds if the source gave them 2.5 mics. Right. Because fans were being propelled off of that. Now it's the streamers and the media. Okay. And Drake, but he should give academics an interview. He really should, because these media platforms are very, 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 very influential now, and that's why these record labels, they tap in now. When academic sits up there and he says, "I know the numbers, I know the business," or I speak to these record label execs or whatever, they tap in for that. Me and my League on the Heights, I had similar things. A lot of it was genuine with certain people that I actually fucked with, but at the same time, there is that element of the bloggers are carrying certain messages out into the buying public. So I'm going to allow myself to be accessible to them. It's no different than the record label owners. Oh, we're academics or Vlad TV or Joe Budden podcast or Gillian Wallow or Kai Cenat. talk about, this or whatever. Can I give you the truth? Can I give you the facts? Can I give you some details? Can I tell you the release date? Can I tell you this? 100%. It's an ecosystem. And the ecosystem is why some of these lawsuits come about. Drake, to be fair, Drake may not have even filed this pre-action himself. He might be a little ignorant to it. To be fair, and we're talking real. This is the part where we stop joking and we be serious, right? Let's be realistic. Drake could be off doing what Drake is supposed to do as the face, the musician, the image, all of that type of stuff. This company, Frozen LLC, that filed this, they could be doing their job. Drake is a machine with all these different things that make up what he is, right? They could have even filed this without him knowing, or they could have filed it with him having minimal details or understanding. Let's be fair and let's be real. But still, even that situation goes to the top of the hill because Drake is the person that gets the blame for it. The headlines, the news, the chatter, what goes viral isn't Frozen is doing a pre-action lawsuit that involves a civil RICO towards UMG and Spotify. That's not the headlines. The pictures, the articles, like the one I brought up from Billboard, everything, the titles, everything includes Drake's name. And that's why if you're part of Drake's PR, if you're part of Drake's legal team, you have to have the foresight towards that. You look at that and say, when we drop this, because there's got to be a balance of the pros and the cons, okay? When we do this, is Drake going to be tarnished? Is he going to be hurt? Are his album sales, are his tour tickets going to decrease because of this? Is it worth us figuring out in court if Not Like Us actually had bots? Y'all decide. They obviously had their own decision. So I think we had some fun. I think we were informative. We did some building. We went over some topics and we learned some new stuff today. I appreciate y'all for hanging around. It's always going to be Sorry It's True. I'm not going to be live tonight, but I'm going to drop a video that I already pre-recorded tonight. So keep your eyes open on the channel for 8 o'clock. About 8 o'clock tonight, I got another video dropping for y'all. Sorry It's True podcast mode. As far as the next live, I'll see if I'm back here either tomorrow morning or tomorrow during the day. We'll see. Go get some holes or some shit.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house up. And shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.